So here's some solutions for the last couple, showing the steps. And again, you need to make sure you're showing all the steps. Without the steps, I'm not going to be giving you guys credit or marks for that. So when we show this, first of all, we want to put the times and divide in the right places. So I'm going to do 18x, so that's a times by 18, times by x, so that goes in the numerator. Okay, that's a divide by 2. This says divide by 4x squared, so the 4x squared goes in the denominator. And I'm going to show that x squared as x times x. Okay, because I have two x's being multiplied there. That's a divide by y, so the y goes in the numerator as times. Okay, so I'm going to then find common factors here. So here I have a common factor of 2. Okay, so I'm going to go 9 times 2 times x times y on top, 2 on bottom, 4 times x times x. Okay, the x's, the 2's are common, so we can times 2 divide 2 cancel, times x divide by x cancels. So then I just combine all the top, times 9 times y divided by times 4 divide by 4 divide by x. Okay, so there's my final answer here. Same thing here. This one is all times, so I'm just going to keep it all. I don't have to move anything around. Okay, so it's going to be divide by 5, divide by a, divide by b, times by b on top. Okay, so I'm going to have a common factor of 9 here, so I'm going to break up that 18 into 2 times 9. And then I'm going to have times a, or a squared. So then I'm going to cancel out anything that's common. So times by b, divide by b, times by 9, divide by 9. Okay, so everything cancels out. So when I undo with times or divide, we're always left with 1. So it's going to be 1 on top. And on the bottom is going to be 5 times 2, a times a times a. So a cubed on the bottom. Okay, so there's my answer for that one. For the addition, okay, for the harder ones for addition, it's going to be these ones here. So we have this last one here. I'll let you guys work out that one on your own. But this last one here, a squared and 5a are my denominators. The common denominator. Okay, so I'm just going to write this as a times a plus 1 over 5 times a. So one fraction looks over at the other here, and he's saying, well, this guy's missing a 5, so he needs to make sure he gets a 5 to match all the factors on the right-hand side. Now that changes the fraction, so we want an equivalent fraction. So we're going to do 5 on top, 5 on bottom. And again, make sure you're showing these steps. Here, this guy has 2 multiplies by a. He only has 1 multiplied by a, so he needs another a in the denominator. But he needs to make sure he gets a common equivalent fraction by doing the same in the numerator. So we're going to divide by a times by a to make this the same number. Okay, so once I've done that, I now have a common denominator. This is 5 over 5a squared. So that's the same as 1 over 1a squared plus a over 5a squared. Okay, so the denominator is the same. So once the size of the fractions are the same, although we don't know what they are because the a is unknown, we know that they're the same. I can add the numerators together, but I have to be careful because I cannot count 5 and a the same, so they have to be counted separately. So it's going to be 5 plus a, and then the denominator is going to be 5a squared. Okay, so there's how we can do some of the harder ones.